Welcome back. It's been a week or so. Not really much to report back. Nick moved out. He's still going to the Hopi reservation, but I'm not sure what the plan is there. I did get everything that I needed to get taken care of to go on the trip, but I'm at a point in my life where I don't really know what to do, and just to be honest, I sit around, I take this pill every morning, take this pill every morning. This is empty, but I take this to sleep, and then these are my Klonopin, which I take 3 times a day. And I'm just not sure how I'd be able to get my medication out on the road. But I'm sure if I talk to my doctor, I could find a way to get maybe 3 months in advance so that I could carry it with me. But then I run the risk of people stealing that shit. So Nick got a firearm, which eases my mind a little bit, but at the same time it's just a very long journey. Anything could happen, and my worst fear is to come across something that's not pleasant, to say the least. To get kidnapped, or oh, that's just some bum on the street, let's take him out, or anything could happen on the streets, man. But I also feel like it'd be the adventure of a lifetime. I've always wanted to take a trip like this. I feel really sorry to let down anybody that I told that I was going on this trip and I don't go. I haven't been really keeping up with my coworker stuff since my disability hit the fan. I've been really depressed. I don't know where my direction in life is. I'm 27 years old. I sleep in a garage. I get bitched at quite a bit about how I need to get my own place, need to spread my wings and fly. And since I got my disability rejected, I don't really have a place to go, because here's how it works. They deny you for disability, they agree you're impaired, they offer you a chance to appeal, but at the same time they don't give you any kind of supplemental benefits to get you from A to B. And if I'm disabled, then I obviously can't work 20 hours a week. They're not saying I'm disabled, they're saying I'm impaired. So if I go get a no-name job for 2 weeks and then end up getting fired or quit because half the fucking staff is like weirding me out, then I'm SOL, I'm homeless again. And they already sent me a thing in the mail reassessing whether or not I need food stamps. So pretty soon I'm going to have zero income, walk in the streets, depending on Nicholas Williamson for anything that food vendors and people out of the kindness out of their hearts just give me a hot dog or a fucking $5 bill to go get cigarettes or a fucking, I don't know, Big Mac. Traveling 730 miles across America just to see a guy that probably won't play for under $400. Kind of my thoughts on it. Is it better than sitting in a garage and doing absolutely nothing? Sure. Could I go do something else? I don't know what. Possibly. But I'm at the point in my life where all I have is a dog, a garage full of shit, and my will. So maybe the trip is going to happen after all. I deleted the info, probably nobody has ever looked at it anyway, about the 730 miles across America, but that might go back up there. I got a camera, I got a rucksack that still needs some filling out to do. Don't know how I'm gonna do that without fucking disability. That was the whole thing, is that I get disability and then I can go on this trip, but doesn't seem to be working out. Wants to travel all the way to the Four Corners, 730 to 50 miles away. A man cannot, I mean you can, but you, without going 65 days in a row. I guess it'd be more like 50 to make it. To the Black Mesa. That's just insane. So we're gonna have to allow ourselves at least 3 months stopping off in the Rocky Mountain Amphitheater, or whatever it's called, Zinaco, and then heading down to the Four Corners where Nick wants to meet his dad. So it's gonna be a hell of an upload schedule once we start going. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to upload because it takes hours, and there might be a way for me to get on a computer and send the files somewhere, but then I'd have to teach the person that gets the files how to upload them, and then it won't be my finger in the whole pot. There's gonna be people that I have to like accredit after every video and things like that, which I don't want. I want it to be a solo thing, just me and Nick. Nick is a co-star. I'm producer. Edit. I'm not gonna edit that fancily, but I want to have it like cut by cut by cut, and we'll have some like panning, you know, towards whatever we're looking at. A lot of B-roll. I want it to be like a little tiny documentary, you know what I mean? Just two guys on disability. Well, I guess I won't be on disability, but I should be. And instead of sitting at home and doing absolutely nothing, we go experience the world and hopefully meet some Indians, learn some things, and if everything comes to light and there's some kind of crazy prophecy that they've been talking about forever, we'll be safe. There's a little bit of mystery, there's a little bit of intrigue. Could go either way. You could show up and they're like, hey, white man, turn around. You're not welcome here. Or it could be like, hey, it's finally the coming of the white man that want to learn from the land just like we are, and be accepted after proving ourselves, and something will happen. Who knows? The one thing that's kept me alive this long is mystery. Mystery in the world. Things that have yet to be unexplained. When I was young, I wanted to be an explorer or a marine biologist because that's the most unexplored part of the world, and exploring cultures isn't that far off. So I think it'd be a really cool idea to go. Nick, I hope you watch this. I guess that's signing out. I don't really have much else to talk about. If I end up having to come off meds, things might get a little bit fun. The only thing that happens to me during psychosis is I get very unhealthy. I forget to eat. I forget to sleep. I treat my body like crap. Except for this last time, I really doubled down on like eating right and good vibrations from crystals. I did a lot of moonlight ceremonies and a lot of research with prana and tantric energy and just the whole 9 yards. I could pull out a few journals about what I went through last time. There's some things that I won't get into right now, like there may have been a hallucination or whatnot, but one time I thought I saw a reptilian figure in my room. It was more like if a reptilian and an insect kind of came together. It was about 5 foot tall and made these strange clicking sounds, like I guess more like that. and I had a rattlesnake at the time. I was meditating, and I looked up. I didn't explain it. I didn't expect to explain this story, but I looked up, kind of opened one of my eyes as I was meditating there, and yeah, it was bent over, kind of bent over the cage, trying to unlock the latches, and my dog was like hiding under the covers from it and kind of whimpering. And so as I proceeded to shut my eyes real quick and pray that this thing wasn't real, I hear it moving, and I just look up again, and it's coming towards my dog. So I kind of pull the covers off me and Pippin and stand up real quick, and the thing is gone before I know it. So that was a really big awakening for me. Don't know if that was psychosis or not, but I don't know what that would have brought that on. I was just meditating. I guess I was kind of like projecting out, like, oh, if there's anything intelligent out there that would like to connect with me, you know, kind of inviting things in. But at the same time, nothing like that had ever worked before, and that thing really, I felt a sense of calm, but it made me feel uneasy. It was like seeing a lion at a zoo. Like, I knew it wasn't out to hurt me, but like that thing could definitely kill in a like a heartbeat, you know? And is what it is. Another thing that bothers me when I'm not on psycho medication is the stars. I'll be out looking at the stars, and I'll see like a little, like maybe like a shooting star, or like some trash falling from the atmosphere, or like a satellite going by, and I just, oh, what is that, dude? Zoom in on it, and one time I spent 30 minutes in front of a gas station trying to figure out zooming in on my camera, trying to figure out what the top of a radio control tower that was just peeking over a building, and just the light blinking. So I would guess, yeah, I would say I'm a firm believer in like extraterrestrial things here. Maybe not by like the thousands or like the hundreds of thousands, but like they're here. In South America, you hear all the time of people running through the woods, and there being something that they describe as wrapped in cellophane, and just reflective, almost like the Predator, jumping through the trees, chasing them, hunting them, basically. Or skinwalkers. That's another thing to be afraid of out in the fucking woods. Anything could happen, you know. You boil it down to it, fucking chupacabra, Sasquatch, Mothman. We won't be going that direction. But, you know, there's weird shit out there, and I'm kind of ever since I was little, I've dabbled in like Ouija boards, and I'd go to the library and look up black magic books trying to find a spell book. Or I've just always been a reader of fantasy, or you know, I've just always been a huge fan of that kind of the mysticality of the world, like hoping that it's not so Blaine, you know, not Blaine, but bland. Is that the right word? But yeah, I'm nervous. It's really up in the air at this point. Still have my pack ready. It says worldly possessions will own you, but at the same time I think to myself, we're lucky. We're lucky to be born into a world where we can have possessions like this. Kings and queens haven't had the luxury that we have today. Like, let alone the food, the music. Let's forget about technology. Obviously they didn't have technology back then, but medicine. We're living like kings and queens nowadays. I don't really know where I was going like that with that, but just to give all that up, I love the idea of going off grid. I love the idea of just living off the land, making sure that cows are fed, horses are fed, pigs are fed, goats are fed, chickens are fed. I don't know if I already said chicken. Whole shebang. And then that's your day. And then you can just blot it out every day. Sometimes throw gardens in there. You're busy, you know? Maybe it doesn't have a lot of room for self-reflection. Maybe that's a step back. You know what I mean? There's a lot less room for innovation and free thinking when you're on a commune or well, I guess he's not going to a commune, is he? He's kind of going to a spiritual retreat, for better words. But they do work you on the land, and you do have to come with no, I wouldn't say no belongings, but like no preconception of how things are done. And I think going all the way to the Hopi versus going to a commune, Hopi's up here, commune's down here. So, as far as that's worth, good checking in again. I don't know why I did that. I'm not in the military, but yeah, I think it could be a fun adventure, a dangerous adventure, a long adventure, a cold adventure once we get down into the desert and it's, 30 degrees at night. But ever since I was a kid, in 3rd grade after my parents' divorce, I read The Hobbit. And let me tell you, that has stuck with me years and years and years after I read it. And I do want to go on an unexpected journey. I do want to see mountains, Gandalf. And the Rocky Mountains are good enough for me. So, I guess I'm tentatively all in. I'd say 60-30. 60-40. I was going to say 70. But, yeah. If this gets out to the right people, I'm excited to meet the Hopi. I don't think, I'm not sure that it'll be what we think it'll be, but if we get turned around at Four Corners and say, y'all not welcome here yet, wait another 2 years, we'll just come back in another 2 years. So, on that note, nice talking to you guys. I know it's been about a week. Didn't really have anything to plan to give you guys, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a nice day. Shit, I was on the wrong button.